Hey, are you boosting Instagram posts or reels and you're just not getting your ideal clients out of it? Well, I'm going to show you how to fix that on this video. Let's go. All right. There's basically 4 ways to boost a post. The first one is doing it from the Instagram app. However, if you have an iPhone, you're going to incur a 30% surcharge. So you don't want to do that. Apple charges that. There's nothing you can do about it. So the second way is going to Instagram.com, which we're going to walk through in just a moment. The third way is using the Facebook or Business Suite, sorry. And then the fourth way is using Ads Manager. Now we're going to walk through the through Instagram.com and the Meta Business Suite, but not the Ads Manager. But either of these two could be fine depending on who your ideal market is. So let me jump into Instagram and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, when you're in Instagram, let's just say you're trying to boost a reel. And if you click on boost, visit your profiles, what you want, because you're trying to get followers. Now, the funny thing is they actually started allowing this in the Ads Manager a couple years ago. And we've been doing it for at least that long, but everybody's starting to kind of catch on to this. And so it still works great. So I don't want you to think that it doesn't, even though everybody seems to be doing it now. So when they go to visit your profile, you get the opportunity for them to follow you. Great. Now, what you're going to want to do is go down to the targeting. Now, here it says people similar to your followers. That's where the issue comes in. Let's just say you're targeting perimenopausal women, and when you look at your follower count, half of your followers are men. Well, that's a problem because Meta doesn't know you're after, perimenopausal women. They only know who's currently following you, and they think the people that are following you are the most relevant people. So when you do it this way, they're just going to serve it to people who are most likely to follow you at the lowest possible cost. In this case, it's probably going to be men. So that doesn't work. So your next option is okay, well, you want to do a little more narrow targeting, which you can do at some level here, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but it's not full feature. That's why it's usually better to do it from the Business Suite, which we'll go through in just a moment. But first, if you come down here, let's just click Create Your Own. You want to turn this off immediately. If you do not turn this off, you're going to have the same problem because Meta is going to expand the audience beyond whatever you're setting the targeting for. That's not what you want. Now, that is helpful in, if you have a really massive, broad market, but if you're targeting a more narrow market, it's usually not super effective. All right, so you're going to do that. You'll name the audience. You'll come to locations and edit that appropriately. Then you're going to come to interests. Now, here's the tricky part. When you're doing it inside of Instagram.com, you don't get all the options. So, for example, you might be able to target Lululemon if you wanted to, right? Which is great. But what if you were trying to target job titles? What if you're trying to target vice presidents or, let's try that as a job title. Nothing comes up. So you can't do that. So your options aren't available. Or let's see if nurse is on here. Okay, not as a job title, right? You've got these, but you don't have anything else. So that doesn't work. That's why I don't suggest doing it from here. Now, if you're going to continue and say, well, I don't need to worry about that, the interests that I hadn't, want are fine. Okay, that's good. Then if you're going to do it from here, then let's just say you are targeting perimenopausal women, then initially I would not adjust the age. This is kind of a pro tip. When you adjust the age range, you're getting very little benefit, but you're paying a lot more just to show your ads. Now, you might think, well, Ben, I'm not targeting the 18-year-old. I get it. But if you're talking about perimenopause in your ad, well, the 18-year-old's not responding to that anyway. So Meta will figure that out. And the more broad you leave it, the less expensive your ads are. The more control you give Meta, the better off. That's what I'm saying. So Meta will figure that out quickly because of who responds to your ads. Now, sometimes that doesn't work on the upper age range, so 65 and up. So you might want to adjust that down, maybe. But first, I would try it the way it is and see who's starting to follow, and then just keep going that way. Then also update your gender, hit save, and then run the boost as normal. Okay, So here's how I'm going to suggest you do it though. Go into your Meta Business Suite. Now, here, let me just go over here to content. And let me just see if I want to take this boost or this post right here. I'm going to just click boost. I'm not big on Instagram, so clients, I do it all day long, but not for myself. All right, so the first thing I want to do is turn off this Advantage Plus Creative. Got to turn that off. Visit Instagram profile. Great. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click Create New. And again, the first thing that you're going to do here is you're going to want to turn off this Advantage Plus audience. You're going to come over here, women, and we're going to leave the age range like I suggested. Now here, you can get into your detailed targeting. Okay, you can click Browse. And when you do that, it's going to give you pretty much all the options. I know it says for advanced targeting features, go to Ads Manager, but it appears as if they've put everything in here, because you might come down here to say work, and then you might go to industries. You might say, okay, well, I want to target, business decision makers and, companies with revenue this high and companies with a lot of employees, stuff like that. So all these things are available, whereas they didn't used to be. So I don't know if that's recent or not, because I don't do it from here. I do it all from the Ads Manager, but now it looks like you can do everything. So let me click Browse again and check just a couple other things on demographics. Let's go back to work. And then job titles. Now you can just start typing in job titles anyway. I don't think you have to do anything there. Yeah. So let me just try vice president here. Yeah, see, got it right there. Vice president job titles. Great. Let me take that out for just a moment. See. Yeah. So you can do that. Plus, let's see. Let me try vice president one more time. Yeah. So you've got the other ones in here. The thing that it doesn't do, so these audiences are fairly small. Inside the Ads Manager, it'll give you an estimated audience size right here of what each of these are, because these will be relatively small. So that's one thing that it doesn't do, but frankly, I think that's okay. I kind of like it. So once you do that and you've created your audience, then you're ready to go. You just finish it out like you normally would, selecting your budget, how long you want to run it, start and end time if you need that, and then you're ready to go. So once you do that, you should start seeing much better followers coming through. Are they all going to be just magically better? No, that's not going to happen. It takes a little time, and you have to pay attention to what's going on. So if you see better followers coming in, great, lean into it, spend more. But if you don't, then you're going to need to change up your audience, change up your creative so that you're attracting the right people. Now, if you're struggling to get traffic and you're trying to figure out how to do that, well, you're going to want to watch this next video.